Duke Luca Abele tore down the original palace in Karnaca, where his father once pinned a medal to my chest. Over the ruins, the Duke built a structure that cost enough to feed everyone in Serkonos for years. A sprawling estate to humble all others, a monument to his ego. I owe it to the people of my homeland to make this right. In Dunwall, we were content to look the other way as long as the silver kept flowing. I've got to get inside the Grand Palace, deal with the Duke, and find a way to steal Delilah's soul.
Can't feel it. This is my last night. Soon, I'll dissolve into the great nothing.
You deserve peace, my love.
I've stayed too long. Find Delilah's spirit. Trap her with this cage of dead flesh. Set me free.
I don't understand.
You will, very soon.
Long for someone to go after the Duke. Another aristocratic boss living in a palace. And sucking the marrow out of the same people who built it.
Finances and maybe without that, he would have developed a healthy respect for the people of Serkonos. Fear of the executioner's block has been a fine motivator for many a ruler.
Are you ready for this?
I've broken into palaces before. They're made to keep out armies. Stopping one man with hatred in his heart is another story altogether.
Killing off Duke Abele is only part of the puzzle. You've also got to find whatever it is he's keeping for Delilah.
You were cryptic about what you gleaned from visiting the Dust District, which is fine. The world is better with a hint of mystery. But once you're inside the Grand Palace, whatever you do could affect things in Karnaca for years to come. Remember that.
Everyone who crosses my path on the way to Duke Abele is going to regret it. They all deserve to bleed.
I hope I've been of some help to you. It's good to feel useful, here near the end of my time. Look at you. You've aged better than most, Royal Protector. I hear the Duke's wine cellar is exquisite, if you happen to pass through. I remember when you took me from Caldwin's Bridge so long ago.
We're going after the one who started it all. The Duke himself. I forgot the middle of it. Planning drop-off points, picking the approach. Thinking about the best ways to kill somebody who lives behind high walls.
though. It's Duke Luca Abele. I've loved a number of women, and even a couple of men. But I've never loved anyone like my Deirdre. After I left home, those first years on the streets, she's all that kept me from the bottom of the river. I could sleep on a pile of garbage under a leaky awning as long as she was there with me. Sharing a tin of potted meat or a bottle of brandy that we nicked during the day. The Duke and his little brother came through Dunwall, and Deirdre and I got in their way as they stepped out of their fancy coach. The Duke goaded his brother, calling us wharf roaches. And it was the brother who swung the stick that killed her. Splitting her skull, there were wooden gazelles on top of the coach. And I snapped one off and drove it into his eye, as deep as it would go. Deirdre was already gone. Dead as a doornail. Lying in the muck, and staring up at the gray Dunwall sky. On the run after that. I was hunted by the City Watch and even members of the Grand Guard up from Serkonos. People looked at me like I was cursed, spitting whenever I got close. Everyone knew I'd bring trouble. Even the gangs. The Duke's brother has been dead for a long time. But now was my chance to get back at Luca Abele for setting him off against pretty, young Deirdre. Nothing was the same for me after they took her away. Ready to visit the Duke?
Time to get going.
At the palace, the Duke has a look-alike body double, meant to confuse assassins. A friend of mine washes the linens and said the double is a smoker, if that helps. Maybe you can talk to him. She says he's a nice guy. What a shitty job, pretending to be a tyrant like Duke Luca Abele.
Why don't they just overthrow him?
He's got an army, control of the mines, and he's had your support from the capital. At the Duke's parties, people carve up the country while eating boiled crab.
There were parties like that in Dunwall. Toadies sucking up to Emily made me want to be back on the streets in Serkonos.
You're forgetting what that's like. I watched those party lights from the roof of the abandoned butcher shop where I slept. In the flooded district.
I know you struggled. After years at court, I'm a nobody again. But what I've seen here will stay with me when I return to Dunwall Tower. Being in Karnaca again has given me perspective.
Good. After you've eliminated the Duke, find what he's holding for Delilah and take it. When you're finished, I'll pick you up in the skiff.
What's the delay getting it to the shop? Betty, you afraid we'll get caught?
The guy that runs the shop is nervous. But if they just let us move it straight off the boat. Now, I got a friend over at the shop. been running protection for black market shops for years here in Karnaca and over at Colorado. So there's basically no risk.
What's your friend's name?
That's a secret. These guys deal with me and nobody else. Job security.
I tried living.
Run while you still...
So much dust lately from all the mining.
What? Let me come back here! Let's see!
See? I told you!
Laws change. The Duke's giving the Grand Guard leeway to create new fees when needed. You know who else had a nice shop? That clockmaker.
Serafina? Her shop burned down.
Yeah, my report said it was probably the Howlers, but no one knows how the fire started.
Captain, her brother died in that fire.
Asleep inside, drunk from what I remember. You got until tomorrow to pay up. What was that?
Are you all right?
So, let's see. What was it? Let's have a look.
What was that?
Master's orders. You know I won't do this. You're wasting time.
Looking for a fight? Bad move.
Let's see what this says.
This whole setup is a huge pain in the ass. Timing windows that ignore the tides, fake boat manifests, and private door codes. Might be easier just to play it straight. Pick up and deliver goods. Anyway, so I don't forget it. The code for the black market shop is Serkonan wine is better than Tivian prisons. Idiots.
Shouldn't have wandered outside.
You're back at the heart of your homeland. A bigger, better palace than the one you sailed away from so long ago. Feeling nostalgic? Will you ever be comfortable in Dunwall again? Assuming you make it back? You've seen the suffering here, the decay, but, dear Corvo, would you even have lifted a finger if the Duke hadn't put Emily in harm's way? Be honest now. In any case, I know what you're after. The heart you carry can only hold one spirit at a time. So, if you want to walk out with a piece of Delilah, you better be ready to leave something behind.
Serkonan wine is better than Tivian prisons.
And better Crystolian clap than Morellian gout. All right.
Another fishing? What's going on here?
Why do so many have so little? It was never meant to be this way.
Why do you do that?
What? No way! Hello?
Someone there? Go back to the void, monster!
What's the matter? You look pissed.
You bet I am. Transfer inward. Relocation denied.
Better here than anywhere else. And we get to do the job how we see fit. Nobody's pestering us with forms and procedures anymore. We collect the fees we want and give out the beatings when they're needed.
I just don't want my kids growing up here. It's too dangerous.
Then reapply next month. The command staff changes constantly. New officers, new rules. And spread a few coins here and there among the officers.
Some of us used to give lessons at Addermeyer, back when it was open to the public. The city in those days.
Didn't know that. Man, you sure had a lot of different jobs.
Guess so. I don't miss brining hagfish. Hands in salt all day, nails bleeding, choking on the factory air.
At least when you joined the Grand Guard, you got a really soft position near the palace.
You might change your mind about that after you've been here a while. Sometimes the Duke's friends do some strange shit.
Really? Like what?
One night, someone up there decided it'd be funny to throw down food at us. I got hit in the face with a pineapple. Then a whole roasted pig came down and split the boat in half. It was raining apples and meat pies. All sorts of nice food floating around in the water.
Damn. People in the city starving. Life's just not the same when you live up there, is it?
Delilah. Her soul is familiar to me. So many hands built this place, and it is so grand. Was so grand. It could have been a paradise for all.
Get ready to feel pain, Your Eminence.
Nope. As long as it's not me, I don't care. It's never any fun.
I'm not sure his word. It's the Duke or his body double. One's half likely to have you flogged for looking at him wrong. The other might just bore you to death. Sure, he knows how to talk with the boss. What a lick spittle.
Someone...
By the void! Wait! This... Where did he go?
What?
Wait.
Find the clockwork.
Let the clockwork down. Give the machine some space.
Triggering electrostatic discharge. Stand clear.
Strike at me there!
You aren't going anywhere.
Switching to alternative tactical mode.
Let's finish it!
Rear playback.
Take that.
It must be nice to be on the Duke's payroll.
Listen in field of view.
Running.
Playback for combat protocol. Cooling down. Okay, shut it down. Detected. Combat protocol 6. The machine has entered combat.
What's going on here?
Combat protocol. Entering combat state. Way back for dead body detection. Unauthorized presence.
One of us is dead. To find something. Anything.
Don't make me search the whole place. I don't have...
Stop! No! You're gonna pay for it. Here you are. What do you think you're doing here?
Protect your captain, damn it!
Your father would be so ashamed of you, Luca. This must be the key to the Duke's vault.
What are you waiting?
Strike at me then.
Come on! Let's finish this!
Come on! Come here and fight, coward!
Come on! What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for? I know you're here somewhere.
Lost him.
Wait, come out.
Where is he?
Wherever you are.
You can't stay hidden forever.
Do it yourself, then.
Where is
It's gotta
damn
be
it.
so bleeding perfect.
Come on! I don't have time for games. Oh, no, no, no!
Not in the mood. Show yourself.
No! That's... Who does things like that?
What happened here?
no Duke, no wasteful expense.
Such terrible wines. At least you knew better than the Sertanian with hagfish.
Joke if you want to. Our new Duke spends more in 1 month than his father spent in a year. Old Theodatus Abele was tied with the coin.
Why worry? When the war is done, we'll have it back tenfold in tribute. This is the Serkonan age, my friend. The age of Luca Abele. Enjoy it.
The old...
I definitely...
Be alone with my thoughts. You there? Huh. Are you a courier? Do you have a message for you?
No. Huh? Huh? What's going on?
Who's there? He's here!
Huh? It's there. I don't like that. Better have a look.
Your soft life is over, decoy.
When I first met with my inner circle, I saw nervous faces. Even the boldest were afraid, wondering if we'd live to see another feast. Now Serkonos is ascendant, but this is a story that began long years before. I knew Delilah when I was only a boy, and even after she was lost, dead, and gone from the world, her memory burned in my mind. Until finally I began to hear her whispering, calling to me from the void. Telling her story of growing up in Dunwall Tower, and the half-sister who cheated her of her throne. Then she told me there was a way to bring her home. Delilah. Beautiful. Immortal.
Delilah Copperspoon.
Twisted. I think we've met.
Just one time. Who's running around, I guess? That's him again. That's not a rat.
I'm going to call for help.
Don't look so disappointed. It's not about merit. The inner circle is packed with the Duke's pets.
Lickspittles. At least I'm not one of them.
Exactly. This fighting over thrones is settled, and the Duke's going to need men to take charge in the Northern Isles. By this time next year, you could be in charge of Windown or Freyport.
Where even the most desirable have skin like pale slugs.
That's what the brandy's for. What's the matter? You saw something?
Splendid idea.
Think you're being quiet?
What? God!
People up to something better.
Leave me alone!
Hey, Lewis!
Look around.
I'll show you this guy! I'm back here!
You hide!
It's you and me now! Don't look so disappointed. It's not about merit. The inner circle is packed with...
No! What?
Stop here! What?
Someone's been attacked! Come on, anyone!
Let's have a look.
Oh, no! That's... Who does things?
What happened here? Call the grand...
Show your true face, monster!
I'm not impressed.
Better have a look.
Shit!
Need help over here! That's not right!
Bad move.
I don't want to die!
Protect me! Help me! Someone, any...
What would you say to a day at the Botanical Garden?
We should talk to the magistrate, see if she can help. Lovely.
I'm game if you are.
the other night. It made him tremendous.
Did you say you could hit him in the head?
Are you all right?
You have to understand.
Whatever
Why
you
should I
need,
trust
Corvo,
someone
I
who
can't
hides
help
their
you.
face?
What's going on?
The place is haunted.
What's going on here? Where'd you go? You saw something?
Killer got another one!
Who's running around over there?
Search with you.
Someone there? Look everywhere! Bastard! What? Somebody's down!
Let's see what Duke Abele keeps hidden away in here. The Duke's vault. Delilah copper spoon. This is the thing Ashworth made to hold Delilah's spirit.
The machine is experiencing uncertainty. Playback indicates an older male, armed. Down. Attack.
This is it. Release me from this dead vessel, free of this poison world, and trap Delilah's spirit.
I'll find another way.
No, I don't want to see any more of what this world has become. It has changed you.
I've done what I had to do. preserve the Empire and to keep Emily safe.
We had such dreams, but I no longer care what you do. Save my daughter, and release me into nothing.
Then it's done. Now it's time to return to Palace.
This, the heart of my half-sister? Only her flesh remains.
Maybe Delilah's spirit was holding it together.
You will never gain back what you lost here. Did you think she'd be pleased with what you'd become?
She gave you her heart, and you threw it into the void. Every time you drew your blade...
Old scars run deep, don't they, Luca?
I inhabit two impossible places at once.
The prison of dead flesh, after a prison of bones. You will take me back and die at my hands.
Playback indicates criminal profile. Playback for combat protocols.
That should do it.
So, is that it? The fall of Karnaca?
The Duke is dead. Long live whatever happens next.
Back to the dreadful whale, then, and on toward Dunwall.
It looks that way. To find a way to help Emily, and to give her back the throne.
Ready, then?
Come on, let's leave this place.
All right. As you want.